I am not a mom yet, but just listen to everybody's stories, and just being in a community with mothers is inspirational for that when that time is to come for me. So I'm just want to say big thanks to Kwaisi for putting this together, and I know
Yeah.
this will have many success and help us, you know, come back together as a community because that's what we need right now. Like this time is happening for a reason. It might seem hectic right now with the virus and everything that's going on, but it's everything happens for a reason. Just realize that it's bringing us closer. We getting back to our roots and we understanding like where we come from, and we understanding our worth. So I do want to say that.
Yes.
So I guess I would just kind of run back through what I was saying. I do skincare, body care, oral care products from a holistic approach. And I also offer numerology and affirmation readings. And I'm going to focus on the readings that I offer, the service that I offer. And I was also saying that I got into like Royalty by Roots really just started from a blog, and came it just went out to became broad to like offering products and offering service to help people mentally and physically. And the name Royalty by Roots was something that came to me, and I want the message to our community to know that we are royalty by our roots. Like it's talking about all of us as a family. Like we need to go back to our roots and realize that we are royalty no matter what is happening right now, no matter what we go through in life. Remember that you're a royalty and that you can overcome anything. So numerology, a lot of people hear about numerology or might notice, oh, I see 222 or 333 a lot. It kind of got my attention. And numerology is just the study of number, vibrations, and how it affects our environment, our personality, and our personal relationships. And it's like a sacred language that in our roots, Egyptians back in the time, that's what they used to like understand themselves and how to communicate and understand others. And it's something that's very interesting because they just use your numbers, your birthday numbers, to decode like your life purpose. If you really don't know if you're on the right path or not, like you'll find like your true meaning, or it will help steer you in that direction to realizing, oh, I do like helping others. Oh, I do like the health field, and it's more of a awakening to like understanding yourself and understanding what you don't like and what you dislike, and just knowing your strengths and weaknesses. And yeah, I offer numerology services, and I also offer affirmation readings. I got big on doing affirmations. It was last year. I started it was last year when I started writing in my journal. I said, I'm going to start writing in my journal every day, consistently, with just straight affirmations. Like every day, no matter what. Like I got to give myself that me time, that time to be positive, because I was noticing the more that I did it, the more good things happened, and the more I won't be as stressed. So it was just affirmations. So it's still like a routine that I do now. And it's just affirmation readings on the purpose. The reason why I do those after the service is to like get everybody to be aware of their intuitive guidance, following their first thought, like just just having that strength and going with your intuition, because that was a struggle for me, and it's something that I'm still working on until this day. So there's just something like if you someone that second guess yourself a lot and don't really know don't really follow your gut feeling or don't really would like to listen to others, then it's something that would help. Like during affirmation readings is something that would help get you more in tune with your higher self, and just understanding yourself and just keeping you in a positive mindset. Because the purpose for me to offer this service to anyone, and especially our moms, is to keep your mind in a positive mindset, because it's easy to get sidetracked into negativity, and the negativity it leads to other problems such as health problems, which could be major damage, to yourself mentally and the baby mentally, which I will go into deeper about the benefits of spiritual readings. And the overall purpose for the spiritual readings is to understand and to balance our emotions. As queens, we play an important role in bringing in life. Emotions start unborn in a mother's womb. So I said emotions start unborn in a mother's womb, which means if our emotions are constantly getting damaged, and when we conceive with damaged emotions, that means we would just continue the curse with emotional illness to that child. So overall, I'm saying it has to start with us healing our traumas first, to learn how to appreciate ourselves and know what we like and dislike, setting boundaries, and connecting with our higher selves. So I understand, like, the mental health is something that's very important with mothers. I speak for example from like going through different traumas, and I understood that if I didn't heal those traumas, then that was something that I would be passing down. And I'm someone that's about breaking curses, and I don't want to have my seed to like suffer, from emotional, just not having a balanced emotion. So that's the purpose of the spiritual readings, and it was beneficial for women because just understanding yourself, loving yourself, knowing when to set boundaries, having a positive attitude, and just connecting with your higher self. And it's something to help reduce stress levels. So that's something like I tell like my clients, like, go a day. Just practice going a day without complaining. And it's like you realize how much you complain a lot when you're like, oh, okay, I don't need to say this. So that's a challenge that I tell people that go through, oh, I can't do this, or like come to me negative. It's like, just, you should be grateful for a lot. So just grateful for life. And so that's my spiel. I feel like I was talking a lot, but
no, you were not at all. You were talking just enough for us, especially considering that it shut off on us earlier. But
yeah,
it's Thursday.
come on.
That's why we're here. The basis is why we're here. But when you said set boundaries, just that is super important. Hey, cutie pie.
oh, so cute.
You say hi.
But it's really important that we start.
She just woke up from a nap.
So I want
Yes.
to ask, how do you all set boundaries? Do you set boundaries? I know we keep saying over and over, we give.
Come here. It's okay.
Wait, what'd you say? You said, how do we set boundaries?
Yes, how do we set boundaries? How do you setting for yourself, or how would you encourage somebody else to set boundaries? Because it's sometimes it's really hard to be like, you know what, I'm not gonna do it, or you know what, I'm not gonna allow you to enter my space with negativity because we accept so much. How do we pour into our own cups, basically? And anybody can chime in and answer that. You know, it's just kind of on the table.
So I go first. So the way I really last year was when I was like, okay, I need to set some boundaries. Mm-hmm. So this is when I went to go get my yoni sting by Umbrielle. She's in Little Rock, and I put her business information as well. And I was getting a yoni sting, and I was just like, she was asking me like questions. She was just going off my energy. She was like, you need to set some boundaries. And I was just like, what? Like, I was like, you read that from me? And she was like, yeah. And I was just like, I do. I really do. That's something that I've been just been putting off. And so she told me to make a list of like setting boundaries with family, friends, your significant other, and just like you have a problem with, like just setting boundaries, even if it's not something bad, just something that if you don't like something, then you just don't like it. If you like this and want more or something, then that's something that you need to know how to express. So that was something that I struggle with, just growing up, just being a child and always being someone that was just quiet and just went along with my parents always told me to do, even if it was wrong or right. And so when she told me that, I made me a list. She was like, it's something that you're not going to be finished with the list in one day, because you're going to always think of something. Like, you're going to have situations in life that happen. Yeah. So I started out with the list, and I had like a section when I did families, friends, and yeah, that's what and like significant other. Like, that's what I started off with, because that was just something that I needed to do. And I just been like, just when something new comes up, I just add on to the list, or another like section where okay, I'm not gonna deal with this. I'm not gonna step down to somebody that says or try to like put me down in a negative way just to like get me at a lower vibration. I'm not gonna like no longer deal with it, because it takes so much of our energy, like in our body, like anger, frustration. So I say getting a journal, that helps me a lot, like having journaling every day. So
okay. A few more questions. Tanisha, Elena, how about, like, she mentioned a journal. Do you think that's helpful with, mothers dealing with their mental health? Like, and thank you. Is it Lanicia? I see you said, yeah, she has to go. So thank you for coming. But yeah, mental health and mothers and motherhood. How do you know in your circles women who pay attention to their mental health? Yes or no?
I was definitely. I heard a little bit.
Oh, the question is, with women in their mental health, do you know women in your own circle who are struggling with mental health, who acknowledge it, who don't acknowledge it? Like, how does that work in motherhood?
I would say the need is always there in any phase that you're in. I think journaling is definitely part of the healing process, and it takes patience. Really, it does. I can't say when I was in the journey that we were in with my son Jaleel that I was in a place of journaling. I was in a place of expressing my emotions of anger, heartbreak, fear, all the above. And I think for those who are NICU moms, special needs moms, we have our own emotions, and eventually I would say, like, with time, everybody has their own time clock on how they heal.
Mm-hmm.
And during the time that I was going through, I found taking pictures of Jaleel during his journey, and that was helpful to me because later on I took those pictures. Like now, I take those pictures and journal how I was feeling and what advice would I give in this type of situation. And so I just feel like it's all fundamental. And like Jessica was saying, it helps when you try to tap into the spiritual realm and activate your chakras, activate meditation, affirmations. We did a lot of holistic vibrational frequency music in the NICU. During the time that he was in the NICU, Jaleel was listening to a lot of healing music. We was activating the space. He was activating the space of the NICU and changing the atmosphere so we wouldn't feel fearful. And even to this day, that I hear so many compliments. Oh, Jaleel's so calm. He is totally different from a 2-year-old. Like, you hear that terrible toddler stuff. No one said about Jaleel. He's just so cool, like easy breezy.
Wow.
And I truly believe it's because of the foundation of recognizing the power of affirmations, recognizing the time to kind of take care of you. And it helps when you have that spousal support, because I wasn't in this alone. I had a phenomenal husband, and still do, that was in it with me in the thick of it. And he would give me a break to shower, take a break to get some snacks. And he got to watch at the NICU. And I feel like if you can have that family, friend support, that makes a difference in this journey. Even when it comes to your platform, quite easy about doula, being a doula, man, because some of us do not have family, friends support, unfortunately, when we're bringing life into this world. So I think even when we embark onto that journey, that's going to do a lot of great work for women, particularly in color. Black women, we are dying from childbirth. Our children are dying from childbirth. And so the education that we can bring, and I love that y'all all are activating y'all purpose in a business that's helping us heal. And I just want to encourage y'all, like, continue to do your thing, because like it's necessary. Like, people are tapping into themselves and seeing, how can I help myself? Because sometimes, like even now, the hospital don't want nothing to do with us. Everybody's so scared of this coronavirus.
Yeah.
They screening before you even go to the hospital now. You can't even just walk in, you know. So what do you do in the meantime? You know, you need to read some books. You need to journal. You need to go within self. You need to study your numbers, where you come from.
Right.
You know, and tap into your spirituality, because that's what's going to keep you grounded and rooted in a time like this. And so I just love this conference. I really do. It's definitely intentional for us all to come together.
Yes, ma'am. That is so true.
I can add. Oh, go ahead. Were you getting ready to speak, Jessica?
No, I was just agreeing. I was just saying yes.
When you asked about the journaling, I journal, and a sister friend of mine also recommended that I journal, because I mean, I think everybody has journaled at some point in life, on and off, but then the consistency of it is where, for me, it was kind of wavering. So I recently started back journaling and make sure I'm not writing anything else in it but actual journal stuff, right? So I definitely think that can help with not just mental health, but help you process things that you have not, like Jessica was talking about, how your emotions are harbored in your womb, and everything starts there and begins there, like just like life. And sometimes, again, when we don't process it or give it space or allow ourselves to feel, it just gets harbored and it turns into something else, like a disease or a mental health issue or what have you. And so writing or speaking or some type of art form or some type of process helps you kind of like also release those blocks, or at least make yourself aware of it. Because I know that you all have probably been talking out loud to yourself or writing, and you come to a realization that you didn't come to before you wrote it down or you said it out loud. And so I stand 100% behind that. And also, like, that comes up in Reiki sessions as well. Like, I have women journal. I've only had women so far, so I say women. But I have women journal first to kind of get that flowing so that it'll flow during the session. And I don't read or anything, but that's a start to it. And I didn't really connect that until now. But that, and then there's some points like afterward where I'll have to have them speak something. There's blockages that I can speak around, but I'm not sure what it is, and if they feel comfortable enough, speak it. And so I've even had women to speak things that they've never said out loud before, dealing with trauma. And so again, writing and speaking, I definitely think is a healer in itself.
I'm glad you mentioned that. You said allow yourself to feel. And I wasn't expecting to go here, but it just made me think in training to become a doula. I'm taking different classes alongside my training to try to really hone into my niche in the doula world. But my focus is generally on African American, Black and brown women. And I've found that we don't allow ourselves to feel. And then when you think about, reading all these books and things, and it's like, over the last week, this has come up several times for me. And just realizing that if we look at it historically, we don't allow ourselves to feel as mothers. Because so often, think about on the plantation, why would you allow yourself to get connected to a child that's about to be ripped away from you, or that's about to be alligator food, or that won't survive sometimes overnight because you already been sent back to the field, so you can't even nurse and nurture your own child. Why would we allow ourselves to feel in those moments? We're far away from slavery, but are we really? And so we're having to unlearn the way that our ancestors, developed thick skin. We have our grandparents say, stop holding that baby. You're going to spoil that baby. Put that baby down. That baby be all right. Leave that baby alone. Well, actually, baby, and we need to allow ourselves to be their mother. So in places like this, I was hoping, and hopefully someone can get this from watching it later on when I post it. But just knowing that being a mother is more than just, cute clothes and, they're so cute, because they are so cute. But it's like allowing yourself to genuinely feel for this other human being that grew inside of you, that you birthed into the world, and that you're now trying to nurture. And it's really difficult, I think, for Black and brown moms, because so long we didn't want to be connected to something that was going to be taken from us. So yes, allowing us to feel in modern times is something that I challenge literally every mom to do, because in the world we live in, it's like, go, go, go. You gotta go to work. You gotta do this. Stop and just be a mom for a second. And it's okay. I have to tell myself that too. It's okay. Sit, be still. It's all right. So I know it's you think of that when Elena said, allow yourself to feel. But not to be all down in harsh, being a mom is down and harsh, and we need to be able to have spaces to express those times, because we deal with a lot, postpartum depression and things of that sort, and we don't really want to talk about it, but it's real. And I think, if I had one wish, and I'm going to ask y'all this too, but if I had one wish for every mom across the world, it would be so that she could be her authentic self without, without expecting judgment from it. That's my one wish for moms across the world. So I'm going to ask you all, and then we're going to close out. You know what? If you had one wish for all the moms across the world, what would it be?
I'll start. My one wish is for moms to have the choice, every single mom to have the choice on how they want to birth their children, how long they're going to stay away from work if they ever go back. And I know it's a multi-step wish, okay? But just for moms to have the complete choice around what happens to them, to their cells, their body during, before, and after the pregnancy, as well as the care. Because having to send your baby to daycare so you go back to work in 6 weeks is absolutely absurd. Every mom needs more time than that. So, yeah.
My wish for all moms is for them to maintain, to have the option to not do vaccines, like giving shots to their kids. That's something that I really am strong with about, because I feel like it do lead to like chronic diseases along down the road. So that's my wish.
My wish would be just for moms to love their birth story authentically. I feel like even me, it was hard for me to really connect with other moms because I was in a situation so complex and I just felt alone. And it took a while for me to just find a community of NICU moms on Instagram that I felt comfortable sharing and interacting with. Because I just, all the moms we were all pregnant at the same time. They never had this experience. We were all back to back having babies, but I was in the NICU, they were home, so I feel like for those NICU moms that are still in a hospital right now, I just want them to love their birth story. And I also want them to have support, because I'm mindful that even though I was blessed with a lot of support from my family, friends, they didn't know how to connect with me emotionally because they'd never been through it, but they financially supported my son throughout the time that he was in the NICU, and still today. I wish that we could give those NICU moms that don't have that support and they're in that situation support. And I look forward to, like I said, even with this platform, collaborating with women like y'all to get that work going, because I feel like sometimes it's not really known. If things are normal, you take your baby home, you're okay, but you have to be mindful. There's a lot of moms that are still in the hospital right now, waiting for that day, waiting to spend time with their child at home. So just give them that support.
Thank you so much, everybody. I'm going to share my screen one last time so that everyone can get everyone's information. I think I'm becoming a pro at this. Maybe I am. There we are. So, this is everyone's information. So, if you take a picture of it, we're going to keep this up.
Yeah.
And thank you, everybody, so much for being a part of the virtual mommy meetup. And the goal is to eventually have real mommy meetups after the virus is done and we are free to roam the land again.
Yes.
I would like to have some actual mommy meetups. So stay tuned for that. And okay, I'm going to say cheese because I think you can see me on the little screen. But yes, I love y'all.
This is awesome.
Y'all have a good
night.
Y'all too. Love y'all
too. Blessings to all of you all, and peace.
Blessings.
Blessings. Peace and love.